So Sheila, it's really wonderful to have this talk with you. I've really seen how you love your work. I've had the chance to watch you right in the heat of your work. But I know there is more to Sheila than what we have seen. So I would just like to kind of get to know you a bit more. Who is Sheila? When did this work start?
Okay, I'm called Sheilah.
Yes.
I work here at Starlight as an instructor for children with autism and Down syndrome.
Yes.
But I did community-based rehabilitation in Chambogo. It is a special needs course. It is under the Faculty of Special Needs,
Yes.
Department of Community and Disability Studies. Then about the skills we train, I learned them independently. They are not part of the course we do.
Yeah.
But we know with rehabilitation, you have to, rehabilitation and rehabilitation, you have to impart the skills that are lost or give the new skills. So I think they go hand in hand.
So differentiate rehabilitation and
Rehabilitation, you're looking for a skill that someone once had and it got lost at some point.
Yes.
Then rehabilitation, you're giving them
a new skill that they have never had.
Yeah, that they have never had.
So when did this work begin? What was the passion to go into studying this course? And you know, there are those who study and then when they are finished, they stop.
I think before, I really loved working with anything, whether children or adults with disabilities. So intentionally I tried to find out. I asked my dad for a course I could do. Then he advised me to do that course and it was only at Chambogo. So that is how I went there. That is how I went there to Chambogo 3 years. Then the community practice, of course you have to still do it with the children with
and other people.
disabilities. And as the process goes on, you find yourself loving it more and more.
True.
And you know, these children are so loving. They are so amazing. Once you start working with them, you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
These are genuine children.
Yeah.
These are, like, they are genuine. I think it is the only category of people that is genuine.
Yeah, like they don't lie.
They
when
don't.
they love you,
when they love you, they will show it to everyone.
Yeah.
When they hate you, and they will show it with passion.
and usually they respond to you
Yeah,
if you're
they
worth
do.
loving.
Yeah.
So they can't just hate you
They
for no
cannot.
reason.
Yeah, they must have a reason for hating you.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they love you instead of hating you?
Yeah.
So it depends on how you start with them.
Yeah. So tell me about your journey before coming to Starlight and how you actually reached in Starlight.
Before coming to Starlight, I was working with Friends of Canon Gideon.
Yes.
It is for Canon Gideon is a champion of HIV, but it was a contract of 2 years. Then after the 2 years, I had to work with someone else.
Yeah.
It is also an organization somewhere, but with the same children of autism and Down syndrome.
Okay.
So it wasn't a contract, but it was later disturbed by the COVID thing. So after being disturbed, they had it shut down.
Yeah.
So when they shut down, I had to come this side. That is how I have been here for the 2 years.
Right. You've been here for 2 years
Yeah.
at Starlight. How has your experience been at Starlight?
At Starlight is really so good. I wouldn't have seen anything like me. Of course, you can't get it all.
Yes.
But at least you can manage.
Everything is a work in progress.
Yeah, it is
and
a
I
work
think
in-
you were also
You
brought
can even,
into
you can also
improve.
fail in your own life. How
True.
about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Work?
Yes,
Yeah.
and for a school like this that is trying to merge those with special needs and those who
that is
not.
one thing I love about Starlight.
Yeah.
Because like in their own time, they
Yes.
get to interact with these other children and they are already used to them. They don't segregate. Even if a pupil sees you laughing at them, they will come and tell you
Yes.
face off. They tell you this is not a matter to be laughed at.
A fellow young primary.
Yeah, like telling you face off.
These are things that
This
some
is normal.
adults cannot
Yeah, they
even
tell you
say.
this is normal.
Yeah.
You can, maybe something can happen and you also have one. And they are also in school. We are in the same school, so it is normal. They are already used to them and you cannot really regret. And the fact that they interact with them, it also helps us on speech because they are forced to keep talking when they are together, singing.
You can see
in
they
the
are playing
games, in
together.
the games they be together for volleyball or football. Everyone goes for what they love.
Yeah.
So it helps us, even some of them have this weakness of isolating themselves. But because here they are these other children, they will try to look for them where they
Or
are.
the kids themselves look for them.
They look for them where they are, and they want to sit with them and start jazzing.
That's really nice.
That is something
And
I love.
just
about
like you
here.
said, kids are so innocent. They really love food.
Yeah, of course, when you mistreat them, they will not sit near you.
Yeah.
And they will even come and tell me, or they tell the matron, this one has done this and that. Matron, can I do this and this?
Yes.
They will even ask you, can I beat her?
And you're like, unleashed.
Yes. You see, maybe, no, you leave you, I'm going to beat her.
Yeah.
But they know what they are supposed to do.
True.
They know how they are supposed to be treated and how they are not supposed to be treated.
And that's what you've taught them, because some come and they are used to maybe being mistreated, but here they know I deserve to be treated well.
Yeah, they know you're not supposed to laugh at them. So when you laugh at them, they will maybe remove the shoe and they ask, can I beat them? So it is you to decide.
Yeah.
And of course, when you don't punish them,
It's also not
this
good.
one would, they will feel so bad. So you have to look for a way of punishing them.
Yes, because you must show them that was something wrong.
That was something wrong.
True.
Yeah. So that is the whole thing I love about here, because you have these other children who interact with them.
Yes.
And without discrimination. Maybe the ones that try to discriminate them are the new ones who have not been seeing them. Yeah, but once they get to know how we treat them here, discrimination is done. Yeah.
What has the experience been when these children first come to the home, to the shelter, to the school from their previous homes? What scenarios have you had?
The experience is always the worst at the beginning. I wouldn't say it is always good, because there is always a backslide. Like, they will come, if they have by the time they come, they have forgotten everything they went
Let's start with those who have, when they have just come, the new ones.
The new ones, you really have, it depends on the parents. Some parents are too strict and they have trained their children. But there is this kind of parent, a typical parent, who would just see a vulnerable child in this child with autism, and maybe they don't want them to do anything. They don't want to see their child maybe washing, even just bathing.
So some parents feel like housework is abuse. They feel
they feel maybe they are abusing them. They feel maybe they cannot manage by their own. So and some are even forced to have maybe two maids. One maid just to help that child, another one for housework. But
so how does this affect the child?
This affects the child, like, in a way that he's not progressing normally, because there are certain activities you're supposed to be doing at a certain age.
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't expect to see a child of 15 years not able to wash maybe a nika, not able maybe to bathe. So that is the challenge they always have. But anyway, this is what we are supposed to train them. So when they come, in the first place, you ask the parents what the child can do by themselves. Anyway, sometimes they always tell us the
truth.
Not the truth, they lie.
They lie.
Yeah, they tell you she does this and this and that.
She can cook, she can clean, she can.
When in actual sense, you realize it on the first day when the parent has gone, and you take them to the bathroom and they cannot do anything. You take a child to the bathroom with a bucket of water and they don't know where to start from.
Like, literally.
They don't know, because the mother has
been showering them.
Them. They cannot even wash their own feet. So that is how we get to know what they can do and what they cannot.
Now we can say that's even a best case scenario where someone has tried to take care of them. And there are those who they have been abandoned. Even that care has not really been given to them.
Yeah, of course. They have not seen that care. They even fear water. Of course, maybe some parents will reach a time and you leave that child. Today you leave him. You see, it is so cold. And here they have to bathe every day. Yeah. So that is how we see how they have been treating them.
What about education? Have most of them been kind of enrolled into education system
Most of them.
They have before they come?
Yeah. At first, they don't know it all.
Okay.
They have tried this school, the other one, and maybe hoping for something.
Yeah.
But anyway, when they get to know what it is, they bring.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes they know the sounds.
Okay.
Like Mbarara can tell you the sounds of all animals. He can count from 1 to 20. Like that. That shows you that they have been in
They've
class.
been teaching them something.
But of course, this education doesn't take them far. It doesn't.
What has your experience been? Why do you think it doesn't take them far?
Doesn't take them far because they will not get. We are studying complicated things in class, and these children need just one thing. They land on one thing, they will be so perfect with it. And now you're teaching them science, SST, you're teaching them math. So for them, you have to zero down to a specific thing that they like. Yeah, you have to look for something they like. You try this and that, of course, with patience. You not try maybe the maths today, and you rule it out maybe tomorrow that they have failed. You have to be patient with them and give it time. But the thing is, once he knows something, they will be so perfect.
So is that their strength now?
Yeah, that is their strength. Once they do something, they are perfectionists.
Wow.
Once they learn to do something, they will learn for good and much better than
any other person.
Yeah,
that's really good. Then for those who are now continuing students, when they go home for holidays, what has been your experience with them?
For the continuing students, that will go back to their teachers in class, other teachers. But I think now, if someone has forgotten what I have personally taught them, then maybe I think even what they have taught them in another class,
they have also forgotten.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume that way.
Yeah, because if a parent has not been following this up, of course they will not even follow up the books.
So what are the parents expected to do? What should they do when the kids return home? Is it like holiday as usual for other?
No, like it shouldn't be holiday for them because they are not vulnerable anymore. By the time they go home, a child knows how to bathe. They know how to comb their hair. They can lay their bed. They can do anything supposed to be done at home.
Yeah.
Maybe the things we don't teach them are maybe things of digging.
Yeah.
For us, we do what a human being is supposed to do.
You call them
self-help skills and activities of daily living.
So what does self-help skills entail?
Are the activities that you do on your own body for smartness.
Yes, for the self.
Cutting your fingernails, bathing, brushing, maybe combing your hair. And you shouldn't get surprised that an 18 guy wouldn't even be knowing how to comb their hair, how to mop the house, sweeping, maybe picking this rubbish in the compound. They have to know, and they know they are not supposed to litter anything anywhere.
True.
They know where they are supposed to put anything.
Yeah, I noticed they are very neat and organized. Like even when the thread would fall, he wants to pick it. And
they have to pick it. Yeah, that is it. They have to pick it. You don't litter anything. Yeah, don't litter anything.
You may find they're even more disciplined than any other children.
They are so disciplined. So disciplined. Because I told you they are genuine. They are so genuine. Because they will tell you, if teacher said you don't do this, why are you doing it? Teacher said go to class, why in the door? Why are you outside?
Yeah.
They are even responsible for each other.
Wow.
They know they have to be where they're supposed to be. When they reach there and one of them is missing, someone will go out. Or they will tell you, teacher,
someone is missing.
Iliana is missing. Where is Iliana? Where is Faith?
And until they come, they won't be settled.
Yeah, they cannot. Maybe until you tell them, maybe Faith has gone for another class. That is how they settle.
So there's even accountability and responsibility for each other. That's really beautiful.
They have their responsibilities. They know someone is a head boy, someone is a... They give
you respect. Yeah. So what values do you think we as a community, as teachers, people who live with them, what values do we need to have to support them to live better lives, maybe?
Just we should fight stigma. Stigma is the most affecting thing. Once stigma is done, I think we shall achieve all. No, like, even some parents are still stigmatized.
Because of their children.
because of their children, and they cannot move with them in public.
Because of what the public will say.
They are not aware that these children can actually do better. They are not aware that they can even live independently.
Yeah.
And maybe that is why they look for maids.
You know, you brought a very interesting, an interesting angle. Generally, like I personally, I have focused so much on the stigma on the children and those people with disabilities. But now, like you're saying, even the parents are stigmatized. Even the siblings are stigmatized because of.
One scenario. There is a parent I know that has a child with autism. So when we went to talk to him, he told us, first, we don't have a child with autism. He denied. Then we were like, how about so and so? My child is not autistic. He even studies from municipal and he's always the second. Kumbe, that guy is not schooling. He stays at home. But they hide them. When you reach there, they hide them. When they have visitors, they have to lock them maybe in the bedroom. I remember when I was doing my community practice, there is somewhere we reached and these guys would just tie the child and take the child under the coffee plants.
Are you serious?
Because it was a prominent family and they knew people would be coming in and going out. So
in the garden.
In the morning they would just take the, like the way you
like
may
an
take
animal.
Goats. Yeah. And we got that parent. We first asked him, he said, me, I don't have any child like that. Then he was like, maybe you have gone to a wrong family. We said, you're the one. He insisted. We told him the boy is under the coffee plant. That is when he admitted. And we told him maybe we are going to bring police and he will take us.
Abuse.
Yeah, that was child abuse. Then finally he accepted. When he accepted, of course we had to come back for what? To talk to him the next day. The child is now at home at least. He's not schooling, he's not at school, but at least he's at home. Even when parents come, they do not discriminate and maybe hide him.
What do you think is the biggest reason for this stigma? Ignorance, esteem, family
status, but all in all, the awareness is still low. Awareness is still low, I think. Awareness has to be raised. Some of them are not aware that it is even okay. They are not even aware that having this child is better than having no child at all.
You know what's funny is like even for autistic children, once they are supported early, their effects can, as they grow up, they reduce. They reduce, and even some can even change.
They reduce and they change.
Yes. Yeah. But now because they hide them, so now the effects really manifest even more.
Yeah. And they are not even aware that maybe there are these units that can help them. Not that they don't have money, they have money, but they are not aware. I think awareness is a problem. It is a problem.
So the biggest thing is like to fight the stigma, is awareness and really spreading these values of patience and acceptance of everyone.
Yeah, that is it.
For these children, what do you think they really need from the community, their parents?
They need love. They need love. Just the way you love your other child and pay 1.5 for them in school. Love the same child and pay 800 at Starlight. Because they also have a future. Now, you assume, what if, anyway, God forbid, what if you die before your child? Where are you living then? Do you think the world will treat him or her
better than how you treated them?
No, they will start from where you stop.
Just though it may probably worsen.
Of course. Because not all people know how to treat these children. Not all people are patient, and they will not love them. Not their behaviors at some point are different. They are actually totally different. So it is the love. You love them the way you love these other children. You know, they also have rights.
True.
They have a right to attend school. Not that they have to be hidden behind the
coffee plantation. And you know, I've seen that all children can really bring love and joy in a home. So just being with like the children, Mbarara, how they are really singing, and it brings joy to the home. And they're also missing out on that.
Even to us. I really wouldn't go for maybe another career or maybe I wouldn't prefer working with
Yeah.
some other category of people when there is this, unless otherwise. Because there is that joy you have. They are not stressful, first of all. They communicate. In their own way, they communicate, but as long as you have spent good time with them, you must learn how they communicate. They always give gestures. They always communicate in their own way. Like, maybe if someone wants to susu, there is a way they will communicate. Of course, like some of them will not tell you that susu. But you look at someone and maybe they are making gestures. One will just touch here.
Yeah.
Maybe one will just get the key because their toilet is locked. They use one toilet, so they will keep showing you the key. That
it's time to go.
Yeah. Or you know they want to go to susu. When they are hungry, they will just start looking for all plates where they are. Or they start crying. And of course, when they start crying and it is midday, you realize maybe they are hungry.
What's your perception of how, for example, because they communicate in a special way for some things, do you think that people around them before they come here are, let's say, patient and willing to learn how they communicate, or even to teach them how to communicate certain things?
Some of them are willing and others are not willing. But when you're staying there, when you stay with them, you must learn. Otherwise, you'll just be
because you find someone maybe is crying, they beat. Yes, they beat. He's telling you something.
Yeah, they're telling you something.
Yeah.
Maybe like Queens one time got burnt at home, the whole thigh, and he couldn't communicate. He couldn't speak out that he's burnt. Yeah. So what he did, he went to the mother's bag and picked lip gloss. He brought it and gave it to her. He opened it and gave it to her, started doing like this. Maybe put this medicine. Yeah. So when they removed the trouser, things were worse. So that was communication. When you see someone is touching here and has brought lip gloss, and you literally know it is for the mouth. Why do you think he's putting it here?
And just picturing someone saying, "Why did you go into my bag?"
Yeah.
Maybe
of course, someone who is not patient will just slap.
Yeah.
Or maybe get the lip gloss and keep it.
And keep it and continue as usual. Yeah.
Yet someone is really going through a tough time. Yeah. So you really have to learn how to handle these children, especially when you have them at home. Because they're the people that are going to teach others how to handle them. Yeah. Because this child maybe, some of them escape. They escape from home.
Due to the experience, do you think it's just that they are looking for?
Yeah, they just want to move. And they start just walking in the community. So if these people don't know how they are supposed to treat them, the child maybe will fall into...
No, if you've been hiding the kid, they won't even know that this kid is from someone.
They will not even know where the kid is. They will not even know this child has a problem. They will not even be responsible. Yeah. But once they know that child, they will know this is so and so's daughter. So let's take them back. But if you have been hiding them, that is when you start putting announcements.
And even how will you find the child anyway? So what improvements do you think we need to have, like for example in our schools, in our homes, as individuals and as a community, to improve the lives of these children, to help them live together with us without separating them, isolating them, tying them like goats and taking them in farms? Even just teaching their siblings how to interact with them. What changes? You can break it down in any way you feel like.
Maybe, of course, like I said, they have to first love them. Once you love them, you live with them. They have to be so specific about what they love and what they don't love. Don't force a child to do what they don't like. Maybe they have their sleeping time. Let them sleep because they do not concentrate for so long. When you force them to concentrate for so long, they will just get irritated and they will rebel. Yeah, they are so rebellious when you try to force them. So just learn them, know how you're supposed to treat them. That is it. And love them. Just that.
Now that's especially for schools and homes.
Yeah.
What about for like maybe are there specific policies you think we need to have as a country?
The policies like the rights to education. This one has to be specific.
I know that there's that right it's inscribed even in the constitution, and there are even other other conferences whereby as a country we have signed and really put those treaties in place, but the implementation, you know,
is
so
like,
what
even we
gap
have,
have you
like
seen?
us,
Because
the caretakers, the stakeholders, we have to be responsible for the children that are not even ours. Because like a child has a right to live. Why are you killing them? Some of them kill them. A child has a right to go to school. Why are you denying them education? Because there are these schools that have special units.
Yeah.
There are schools with special needs teachers.
True.
So what have you done? Can you try and find out? Try and look for a school that has a unit. Maybe
that your
this
child can
be
fit in.
Yeah. Because of course the president will not come and implement it. It is you. It is you, the stakeholders, that have to implement these policies. Yeah.
So maybe you can kind of give us a highlight of an experience you've had in your, I don't know how many years of work you have been, because you look really young, and you know someone may mistake you for an 18-year-old. So how long you've been in this field, and what highlights or experiences you've had in this time that may encourage someone who is like, what should I do in my life? And maybe they may come and join, because clearly this field needs more empathetic and loving people. And there are many who by the way don't know about this program. There's a course you can do in this care. So let's share.
Okay, I've been in this work in this department for 3 years, but the experience is good, because previously I didn't know I could handle these children. I didn't know I was this patient. I really didn't know I was this patient. And you know, sometimes you're forced to be patient. Yeah. Not because of anything, but you're forced if you want your job, maybe first of all. Yeah. Secondly, it is love. Yeah. Because you not even wake up one day and start fighting with an innocent child. True. Someone has told you they are hungry, because you did not know what they communicated, and you start beating. No, first find out why they are crying. Yeah. First find out why they are carrying plates. So that is true. So you cannot start fighting with them. True. It needs patience. Now maybe you can probe. You can prompt them maybe to take you somewhere better, where you can understand. If they are carrying plate, maybe tell them, okay, we go. You see someone going to the kitchen, and you're like, okay, someone wants food. But if he has a plate and is taking it to the dormitory, maybe that is something else. So you don't just beat. Yeah. You don't just harass the children. You have to love them. It has taught me, for you to be able to work with them, you have to love them. That is it. If you beginning, conclusion, the rest comes as time goes by, but with love. Because we have worked with people who have failed to be with us. Some people are not patient. Some people don't really love. They are not empathic. Now you even reach a point and assume, what if this was my child? How would I be treating them? So treat that child the way you would want yours to be treated. Yeah. Treat them with so much love. Treat them with an objective. Treat them as though you're so result oriented. Because personally, it makes me so happy when I teach them to do something and they do it. It's like an achievement. Yeah, it is an achievement. Yeah, it is an achievement. Yeah. If you taught someone and they can now lay their bed, they can now wash their plates, they can now make a mat on the bed. I know. I really very feel true. So good. You know, we have had this for so long of people saying love is the greatest thing in the world, and at times we don't appreciate it or even know what it is. But I think what you're doing it's just one of the reflections of that love. That you can go beyond your work and actually love what you're doing, and that's all it takes. Of course, like with these children, unless you love what you're doing, you cannot succeed. True. And that is what has kept us moving. So you have to first love what you're doing, love the children, then and just like you said, because someone may feel like, oh, like you said, you didn't know you had the patience, you didn't know you had. It means that there are those who out there who feel like, I don't think I can. But I cannot work with those children. Yes. How do you even work with? Like when we go for community practice. Because like on Tuesdays we take them for community practice, because these children need to know how to cross the road. They need to know they need to know they should greet people when they meet them along the way. They need to know how to buy things in the shops.
Yeah.
So we take them for all that. And you meet someone, how do you even manage to work with these children?
For me, what hurts, or what I think people forget, is that these kids are hearing and they understand.
Yeah, someone will just even look behind and look at you because they have heard what you said. So they look at you and
like people don't even have that. Like, okay, you may feel that way, but maybe at least don't say it when the child is listening. And this cuts across even for children who don't have special needs. Generally, adults tend to make comments about the child when the child is there, as though a child is not understanding, and these things affect them.
They do understand, and at some point they feel maybe they have been neglected. When you make such a statement and they understand it, they hate on themselves. Someone will just come and even you find them sleeping for the whole day and you can't even know what happened. Yet the cause was in the community. So at least if they can make those statements in their absence, maybe they can come and ask
tell
you
that why are you doing this work, but not saying it when the child
you're
is
even
listening.
letting them know that what you're doing is hard. If it is hard, how have we survived for 3 years? So it's not hard, it is just a matter of understanding what the child
and
needs.
I think honestly, if we cannot even love them, just respect their feelings, respect their space. You know,
they also need to be respected. Just respect them, give them their time. Of course, sometimes they need to do what they love. Someone loves singing, and you cannot stop them from singing every time. No, let them sing, because you also love your own things and no one has stopped you from doing them. So if it is not class time, let them do what they like. If someone wants to sleep, let them sleep. If they want to go and play,
parents, are you hearing?
Let them go.
True.
But anyway, what I can advise on parents is, please stop taking them to be so vulnerable. It is what has killed them most. You cannot take an 18-year-old to the bathroom and she cannot even shower on her own. That is so bad, because when they come here, at some point maybe they want to go and try it on their own, and they just remove their clothes in presence of anyone. They have no privacy at all. You should at least train them that
these things you do them in public.
You are a girl. Even make the gestures for them to know that now she should feel shy when she does such. When you just undress in public,
feel shy, feel embarrassed.
No, that is bad. Someone is laughing at you, someone is looking at you. No, give them those gestures. They will also know I'm not supposed to undress in public. Because we have seen these things. She reaches maybe in the open bathroom and she just removes. Maybe she has forgotten to tell you to go and open for them. And she wants to use the public bathroom to source there. And maybe there are other children who are bathing. And this is someone of 18. Undressing in front of the younger children. 5 years, 6, 7.
That's also,
So
it's like an abuse of her rights. Even the other children, also them, it's like, even them, their rights and their privacy needs to be protected. So it's really just
really start from home.
Parents
really need to have something to do with these children. Because now, if you teach them to bathe themselves, it's not harassment. Because you do it yourself, does it mean you're harassing yourself? No. So it is an independent work.
Work at home, different skills. It's not harassment. It's actually you're supporting them and helping them to become independent. Some of the activities will need someone to be supervising. Like you cannot tell them, you go and maybe cook. You go and push the firewood. No. It has to be equally have to select the things that they can do and when.
You have to send her with someone else. Then they guide them how they are supposed to push the firewood, or maybe how they are supposed to put the charcoal in the charcoal stove. But as time goes by, they learn to do these things independently. As I told you, they are perfectionists. You tell them today and tomorrow, the next day they will do it so perfectly. And you don't really need You don't need to stress.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow, this has been a very eye-opening discussion. Even for me, I really learned a lot just by listening from the 3 years experience. And I believe all that you've said has been from all those different things you've been doing for the last 3 years. And as someone who has seen you at work, I know for a fact that these children are in wonderful hands. And I really feel that stories such as yours equally need to be shared. The world must know that such people exist.
Yeah.
You can also help them, support them, and love them. And I think that's really what we're here to do. That all of us can love these children just as you're doing, and we can learn from the selfless work you're doing.
Yeah.
So thank you for having us, and we look forward to really working with you and the children to see a world where all these persons can live in tandem with other people without special needs, and to have a better world, more inclusive and holistic.
Yeah, you're always welcome. Anytime, any day.
Anytime, any day.
Yes, we are always available.
We have recorded you, so when we come and you're like
always
again,
available.
we're like, yo, you
Not
say
really, because like this gospel has to reach every corner of the world.
Yeah,
Parents are suffering behind them.
yeah,
They are suffering with these children. They don't know they can also make it in life.
yeah.
Yeah. Mbarara has sold 2 doormats.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he has sold the 2 doormats during the COVID time. And he was so happy.
That is more than I haven't sold anything in the. That is, I'm telling you.
He has made the 2 doormats and sold them.
Wow.
So the mom is so grateful.
Yeah.
So if any of the parents could maybe pick a skill and
Yeah.
teach the children, that would be so fine.
Yeah. So that's really wonderful, and we are going to really keep sharing their work, sharing what they can do and how we can support them. So to the wonderful work we are both doing to make the world a better place.
Okay. Thank you.